I think the first team on the Gold Coast was back in about 1964, where a group of Kiwis, funnily enough, got together and decided they wanted to put a team in, and they were accepted into the Brisbane suburban comp. I think they played there for numerous years, got a little bit strong for that comp, and then I think they were asked to play in the first grade competition, which they did. And then in 1974, I believe, another club formed, and then in the early 80s, the Gold Coast and District Rugby Union formed to administer the comp, and then over the years, more and more clubs came into that competition. And then in the early 90s, it was seen that a lot of the better players who wanted to play in a higher competition were driving up and down the M1 to Brisbane, playing for the Brisbane clubs. So a group of local businessmen, including Greg Cornelson and Terry Jackman, decided that they approached the QRU to see if they formed a club, would they be accepted into the Brisbane comp? And the QRU, under the guidance of Jeff Shaw, then said, yep, that's fine. So the Breakers were formed. They were a breakaway club from the Gold Coast and District Rugby Union. In 2001, we competed in our first grand final, funnily enough against the Canberra Vikings, the Brumby Runners, and we played them in 2001 and 2003. In 2004, Alec Evans came on board, and we played the Strong University side in the grand final and beat them 23-18. And that was interesting as much as we had one Reds player, Lloyd Johansson, and I think on the day Uni had about 8. We've had, I think, 10 Wallabies play for us in our 17 years, but I think the two success stories from our point of view are James Slipper, who's obviously basically doing very well for the Reds and the Wallabies at the moment. He came basically straight out of club rugby into the Reds. That was a bit of a surprise packet to all of us, I guess. The other one was Ty McIsaac. Ty was playing local club rugby here on the Gold Coast for the Bond Pirates. He had an opportunity to represent Australia at water polo, but he decided to go into rugby. He came and played reserve grade for the Breakers, then first grade, then the Reds, and then with the Wallabies. So he has been a great success story. We're at a new facility now at Bond University, which is basically a whole new starting point for us. We think the relationship here is going to be absolutely fantastic, and we just see that the Breakers are just going to go from strength to strength and get back up to where we were back in the early 2000s.